One of the most gripping stories in hip-hop centers on Tupac's tragic end. Amid the chaos and speculation, Snoop directed his accusations toward the driver from that night, Suge Knight. In a tense encounter with this influential figure in the music industry, Snoop sought answers. Did he sense the turmoil that was about to unfold? The layers of this narrative reveal a complex web of relationship, rivalries, and the harsh realities of fame. As Snoop delves deeper into the circumstances surrounding Tupac's death, the tension escalates. Each question posed carries the weight of history, and the responses could reshape the understanding of that pivotal moment. The stakes are high, and the truth remains elusive, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. The confrontation not only highlights personal grievances, but also reflects the broader struggles within the hip-hop community. The quest for clarity continues, leaving many wondering what really happened that night. The murder of Tupac Shakur in 1996 is a topic that continues to spark debate and intrigue among fans and historians of hip-hop. Snoop Dogg, a prominent figure in the music industry, has been particularly vocal about the events surrounding Tupac's death. He has openly questioned the circumstances that led to the tragic shooting, which took place in Las Vegas. Snoop believes that there are many unanswered questions regarding that fateful night. His confrontation with Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records and Tupac's associate, is a significant moment in this ongoing mystery. During this confrontation, Snoop accused Suge of being responsible for Tupac's death. He expressed his concerns about how Suge's actions and decisions may have put not only Tupac, but also others in danger. This accusation adds another layer to the already complex narrative surrounding Tupac's murder. The lack of resolution in the case leaves many wondering about the truth behind the events that unfolded, and Snoop's bold stance keeps the conversation alive. The tense encounter within Death Row Records revealed significant divisions among its members. Suge Knight, the head of the label, exerted tight control over Tupac Shakur, influencing his decisions and relationships. This control created an atmosphere of tension as various artists navigated their positions within the label. Snoop Dogg and Tupac's relationship, however, began on a more positive note. Their bond was rooted in mutual respect, which blossomed during an impromptu rap battle in 1994 at a party. This event marked the beginning of a friendship that would become iconic in the hip-hop world. Snoop admired Tupac's talent and charisma, while Tupac recognized Snoop's unique style and potential. Their collaboration on music projects further solidified their connection, showcasing their chemistry and shared vision for hip-hop. Despite the surrounding tensions, their friendship stood out as a beacon of creativity and camaraderie in a challenging environment. The complexities of their relationship reflected the broader struggles within Death Row, highlighting the impact of external pressures on personal connections. Snoop recognized Tupac's talent right from the start. He saw that Tupac had something special that could elevate the music scene. This realization led Snoop to approach Suge Knight with the idea of bringing Tupac into Death Row Records. The decision proved to be a pivotal moment for the label. Once Tupac joined, the energy in the studio changed dramatically. Snoop and Tupac had an incredible chemistry that was hard to ignore. Their styles blended seamlessly, creating a unique sound that resonated with fans. The collaboration between them was not just about music. It was about a shared vision and mutual respect. They inspired each other, pushing the boundaries of hip-hop and setting new standards for creativity. This partnership helped Death Row Records reach new heights, making it one of the most influential labels in the industry. The impact of their work together is still felt today, as their music continues to inspire new generations of artists. As Tupac became more involved with Suge Knight, his life took a turn towards danger. Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, had a powerful influence on Tupac. He introduced him to a lifestyle filled with glamour and gangsterism. This new path was exciting but also risky. Snoop Dogg, who was close to Tupac, began to feel uneasy about the changes in his friend. He noticed that Tupac was becoming more isolated, pulling away from those who cared about him. The trust that Tupac once had in his friend started to fade, replaced by suspicion and wariness. Snoop worried that this shift could lead to serious consequences. He saw how Suge's guidance was steering Tupac into a world that was not just about music, but also about violence and conflict. Snoop's concerns grew as he realized that Tupac was getting deeper into a lifestyle that could endanger his life. The bond they shared was strong, but Snoop felt helpless as he watched Tupac navigate this dangerous path. The friendship they had was tested by the pressures of fame and the influence of Suge Knight. Snoop hoped that Tupac would find a way back to the person he once was, but the allure of the gangster lifestyle was powerful and hard to resist. The worries about Tupac's safety and well-being lingered in Snoop's mind as he tried to support his friend during this tumultuous time. As Tupac's fame grew, so did his paranoia. After being shot in New York in 1994, he began to suspect that other rappers were plotting against him. He specifically accused Puff Daddy and Notorious B.I.G. of being part of a conspiracy. This situation created a tense atmosphere in the hip-hop community. Snoop Dogg, who was a close friend and collaborator of Tupac, found himself in a difficult position. Despite his loyalty to Tupac, Snoop did not share his suspicions about Puff Daddy and Biggie. He believed that they were not involved in the attack on Tupac. This difference in opinion led to internal conflict for Snoop. He valued his friendship with Tupac, but also recognized the importance of maintaining peace within the music industry. Snoop's struggle highlighted the complexities of loyalty and trust in a world filled with rivalry and competition. The tension between Tupac's accusations and Snoop's beliefs created a rift that would have lasting effects on their relationships and the broader hip-hop scene. The East Coast-West Coast feud became a significant chapter in hip-hop history, driven largely by media sensationalism. This rivalry split the hip-hop community, creating a divide that many artists felt compelled to take sides on. Snoop Dogg, a prominent figure in West Coast rap, found himself in the middle of this conflict. The tensions escalated when Tupac Shakur released a diss track aimed at Biggie Smalls, a leading figure in East Coast hip-hop. Snoop, who had a close relationship with Tupac, was concerned about the implications of such a track. He believed that the diss crossed a line and could lead to serious consequences. Despite his advice to Tupac to reconsider, the track was released, further intensifying the rivalry. The media coverage of the feud only added fuel to the fire, portraying it as a battle between two coasts rather than a complex situation involving many artists. This period marked a turning point in hip-hop, as the rivalry had lasting effects on the genre and its artists. The impact of the feud is still felt today, as it shaped the landscape of hip-hop and influenced how artists approach conflict and collaboration. Tupac's sudden death in Las Vegas was a devastating blow to Snoop, who had seen him as a larger-than-life figure. The loss of Tupac left a significant impact on Snoop Dogg, who admired him not only as a friend, but also as a mentor in the music industry. Snoop felt a deep sense of grief and confusion, grappling with the reality of losing someone he respected so much. This tragedy made Snoop reflect on his own life and career, leading him to question his place within Death Row Records. The label, once a symbol of success and power in the hip-hop world, began to feel increasingly dangerous and unstable. Snoop started to worry about the risks associated with being part of such a volatile environment. The atmosphere at Death Row shifted, and Snoop found himself contemplating the future of his career and the safety of his own life. The questions surrounding loyalty, friendship, and the consequences of fame weighed heavily on him as he navigated this challenging period. After Tupac's death, Suge Knight's actions raised many questions. His behavior, including being jailed for parole violations, made Snoop Dogg increasingly suspicious about Suge's involvement in the tragedy. Snoop began to see the darker side of the music industry, especially the violence and danger surrounding Death Row Records. The label had brought him fame and success, but the cost was becoming too high. Snoop realized that the environment was not safe and that the risks outweighed the rewards. This realization led him to make a significant decision to distance himself from Death Row. He understood that staying with the label could lead to more trouble and possibly endanger his life. Snoop's choice to leave was not just about his career, it was about his safety and well-being. He wanted to pursue his passion for music without the constant threat of violence that seemed to follow Suge Knight and the label. This decision marked a turning point in Snoop's life and career, allowing him to explore new opportunities and redefine his path in the music world. Snoop's departure from Death Row marked a significant change in his career as he sought greater independence in the music industry. In 1998, he signed with No Limit Records, a move that allowed him to explore new creative avenues and collaborate with different artists. This decision did not come without consequences, as it intensified his feud with Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records. Suge felt deeply betrayed by Snoop's exit and responded with hostility. He made threats against Snoop and even took the drastic step of releasing unreleased material that Snoop had recorded while at Death Row. This act was seen as a way to undermine Snoop's new beginnings and to assert control over his past work. The conflict between them became highly publicized, drawing attention from fans and media alike. Snoop's choice to leave Death Row and join No Limit was not just a career move. It was a statement of his desire for artistic freedom and a break from the constraints of his previous label. The rivalry with Suge Knight highlighted the challenges artists face when seeking independence in a competitive industry. The tension between them continued to shape Snoop's narrative as he navigated his new path in music. During a tense period in the music industry, a significant confrontation took place at Universal Studios involving Snoop Dogg and Suge Knight. This incident was the climax of a growing feud between the two figures. Suge Knight, known for his powerful presence in the hip-hop world, had associates who were not afraid to use intimidation tactics. On that day at Universal Studios, Snoop found himself cornered by these associates, creating a dangerous situation. The atmosphere was charged, and Snoop understood that he was in a precarious position. However, through quick thinking, and perhaps a bit of luck, Snoop managed to escape the confrontation. This escape was not just a physical one, it represented a crucial moment in Snoop's life and career. He realized the depth of Suge's influence and control over the industry, which made him reconsider his own path. This incident marked a turning point for Snoop, pushing him to navigate the complexities of the music business with greater caution and awareness. The experience shaped his future decisions and relationships within the industry, highlighting the challenges artists often face in a competitive and sometimes dangerous environment. Despite the challenges he faced, Snoop Dogg remained determined to carve out a new path in his career. He made a significant move by joining No Limit Records, a decision that marked a fresh start for him. This shift allowed Snoop to explore new musical styles and collaborate with different artists, broadening his creative horizons. He focused on his music, pouring his energy into projects that reflected his evolving artistry. Meanwhile, Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, continued to exert his influence over the music industry. His methods often involved intimidation and fear, as he sought to maintain control over artists like Snoop. This environment created tension, but Snoop chose to rise above it. He understood that to succeed, he needed to leave the past behind and embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. By focusing on his new career, Snoop Dogg demonstrated resilience and a commitment to his craft, proving that he could thrive despite the pressures surrounding him. As Snoop Dogg navigated the complexities of fame, his family emerged as a central focus in his life. After facing numerous legal challenges, he recognized the need to prioritize their safety and well-being. This shift in perspective led him to make significant decisions, including cooperating with law enforcement to ensure a more secure environment for his loved ones. The experiences he encountered throughout his career, marked by violence and loss, prompted deep reflection. Snoop began to understand the impact of these events not only on himself, but also on his children. He realized that breaking the cycle of violence was essential for their future. This realization motivated him to seek a path of peace and stability, emphasizing the importance of family values and the need to create a nurturing atmosphere. By focusing on his family's needs, Snoop aimed to foster a legacy that would inspire his children to lead lives free from the struggles he faced. His journey illustrates the profound transformation that can occur when one prioritizes family and reflects on the past. In a surprising turn of events, Snoop Dogg chose to forgive Suge Knight during a private meeting in 2013, marking a significant moment in their long-standing rivalry. This act of forgiveness came after years of tension and conflict, particularly during the infamous East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry. Snoop's journey through the music industry has been filled with both triumphs and challenges. His close relationship with Tupac Shakur added layers to his story, as both artists navigated the complexities of fame and friendship. The pressures of the industry and the violent backdrop of their careers often overshadowed their artistic contributions. Snoop's decision to leave Death Row Records was a pivotal moment in his life. It signified a shift towards prioritizing his family and career over the chaos that surrounded him. This choice reflected his desire to break free from the cycle of violence and betrayal that had defined much of his early career. By embracing forgiveness, Snoop Dogg demonstrated personal growth and a commitment to peace. He recognized the importance of moving forward and building a future that focused on love and family rather than past conflicts. This transformation highlights the power of forgiveness and the potential for change, even in the face of deep-seated rivalry.